I'm nothing special here in Southern Utah, just probably post more than everybody else combined. But that's where I got the brand recognition and then just consistency.
People that are moving and shaking in this community is who we want to be connected with.
I never had intentions to blow up online. I didn't want to become famous with nothing to sell. You can be as famous as you want, and if you don't sell anything, you lose all the fame and you don't bring any value to society.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fifth Element Podcast. Next episode, I'm here with John Graham as well as Steve Holm with your Utah Realtor. And guys, we're so glad to have him. Steve, welcome to the podcast. So glad you're here.
Thank you for having me on. I'm nothing special here in Southern Utah, just probably post more than everybody else combined. I mean, that's really what's got me in this room.
Yes,
honestly,
it is. Yeah. So my business partner Reagan Weiss, he said, hey, he's talking to John. He goes, hey, people that are moving and shaking in this community is who we want to be connected with and want John and Element to be known by. So we want to have you guys rub shoulders with the right people that will do all that stuff. And so your name kept just popping up over and over and over with the search. And John found you guys as well as was following you. So we're like, let's get him on the podcast. So tell everyone, I'm sure there's a lot of people that know who you are, but if some don't know who you are, kind of tell your overview of your backstory, where you grew up and how you got into real estate.
So I'm not very good with these kind of back history intros, but I've 2 years ago got my hairstyle somewhat recognizable and stuck it consistent and then consistently posted about it. And now everybody knows me as the redhead realtor or the flat top haircut guy. You know, there's only two things. I've yet to find someone in Southern Utah, and in fact, I've never seen someone with a flat top haircut as tall as mine at anywhere under 30 years old. I haven't seen it yet. And I could find it, I'm sure, if I spent enough time on it. But anyway, that's where I got the brand recognition and then just consistency. I think it's from what I can tell. I'm not sure how to describe myself other than I do real estate sometimes. I'm an investor. I'm a dear friend to a lot, and I have a lot of dear friends. So
Love that.
How long have you been doing real estate for?
A year and a half.
Year and a half?
Yeah. I mean, I've been an investor for 5 years, but actually acting as a realtor about a year and a half.
5 years is a long time, but you're also, in my eyes, young. How old are you?
I was 18 when I bought my first property.
It's been awesome, man.
It's been 5 years since I could sign a contract.
Yeah, you're doing awesome things at a young age. I love it.
So tell us, with being here in Utah, what do you like to do for fun?
Networking with people is really enjoyable to me. I like to see how big of an attraction I live in. Like, I've lived within 30 minutes of Zion National Park for my whole life. And right here in Zion National Park, number 2 most visited national park in America. More than 40% more people visit Zion National Park than even live in the state of Utah per year. So I would say anything to do is right here in Southern Utah. I mean, you can literally do everything from water sports to skiing to hiking to biking. You know, there's all that stuff. I love snowmobiling. Again, connecting with people. Hiking was a big thing for me. I like making money. I like growing things. I like turning one thing into something bigger. And there's plenty of it right here. So I do it a lot.
Love that. So you said offline, just a few years ago, you did not have your face on social media at all. So what was that turning point like where you're like, I got to get my name out there, I got to grow, and I'm going to blow up online?
So a couple things. I never had intentions to blow up online. And secondly, I didn't want to become famous with nothing to sell. And I also realized that you can be as famous as you want, and if you don't sell anything, you lose all the fame and you don't bring any value to society or give it away. I mean, if you try to give things away and you become famous, then you're going to be able to give more things away, right? So I never really had an intention to get where I'm at. As far as even getting my real estate license was pretty, I think a lot of people getting their license right now, they're pretty unsure of what they're going to do with their future, but then they end up getting it, and it opens up avenues of networking, and then it opens up, it's like you build on one event after the next until pretty soon you have a life packed full of events, right? I mean, I'm just getting started. I don't even, like you said, I'm 23 years old, and I'm pretty young, barely started. And so when I got my license, I got it just to save my own investing commissions. And then I ended up selling. And within 1 year from that, I sold more in real estate than my 6-figure income job in blue collar the year before that. So my first year as a realtor, made over 6 figures.
Great.
In actual pocketed.
Mm-hmm. What was that first rental property?
It's just an industrial lot. And then I ended up with an industrial lot from a friend for, well, it was an off-market deal, I guess is what you call it. But I ended up purchasing a rental property that had a little shed on it. Then I rented the shed out for the price of the whole amount. And then I built a shop on the free land because the shed was paying for it. And so it started cash flowing. Then I put some RV hookups on it, and so I guess it's been just one thing after the next. I look back on it, and there wasn't a single intentional goal to get me where I'm at today, besides just taking every opportunity I could to be a better person.
Mm-hmm. So do you still have that property, or is
Yeah,
that?
I'm actually selling right now.
Nice.
In 2 weeks, I'll sell it.
So you have RV rentals on there
Yeah.
for revenue. Do you still have that shed and
Yeah.
the awesome?
It cash flows incredibly well.
That's awesome.
It's made me more in rental in 5 years than the total cost was, and it's 5 times more valuable. So I'm selling it for 5 times what I paid for it.
Where you sell everything with the leases of the RV and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes it very, very lucrative for that.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
the new investor will buy it, and then he'll just capitalize on what I already built, basically. Right. But I'm basically have made the decision to sell it at a 5 times profit with having already recapped my entire investment in just rental.
Love that. So do you think you'll keep building your real estate empire as well as you're also helping people buy and sell homes too?
So besides that one I'm selling, I own 4 more, and those I will be keeping a hold of.
Nice.
I up by the college, which is the #1 aviation school in America, is called SUU, and SUU is right next. I'm 2 miles, or it's actually within a mile of 2 of my properties. So I rent student housing on one of them, and then the other one is has a basement separate from the upstairs. So I bought it with 2 entrances, 2 kitchens, 2 laundry rooms, and I'll just be putting equity into those until that. But my philosophy so far has been, or my goal so far has been 1 per year, 1 purchase per year as a primary residence, and then just keep hopping around. But more recently went with the off market deals. So I'll get creative finance and stuff like that, and for personal investments, because I see an opportunity that I just can't pass up, and I'm like, this is why I got my license. Sign me up.
Yeah.
And then I buy it.
Yeah.
So I've been buying 1 per year. It's been 5 years of that.
Awesome.
So I'm about to sell my first one.
Congrats. So a lot of people, they see your $100 bills. They see you all over the place. How did you get some of these campaign ideas? And also tell people some of the other things that you're doing to just become more recognizable.
I was typing this up on Facebook this morning. I didn't do it for attention. I started, and people don't believe me. Before I posted on social media, I was giving free American flags away, free Donald Trump flags away for the campaign last year. Not last year, but 2024. But I purchased the wildest thing. One of the biggest things I ever did. I bought $40,000 worth of merch, American flags, Donald Trump flags, campaign ideas, all that, with the idea that I was going to sell to every door in the city I live in 2 flags. And I bought a little box trailer. So this is all, granted, this is credit card debt. Me and my brother, we went half on it. So we racked the credit cards up. It was the scariest thing ever, right? And so now I'm doing street side sales. I tried hiring people to sell at the booth, the stands, and then I learned my first lesson, which is you can never hire the same passion as you have, right? For anything. You'll never hire the same passion you have.
100%.
And so that was my first lesson. This is 2 years ago before I even became an agent. So I had never made any public face. I've always been in blue collar, making a lot of money, but it's been quite low key to the internet. So I got into this flag thing, and I started selling these flags. I sold about 20 grand worth of flags for about 35 grand. So, I'm still 5 grand shy of recovering my investment, but I also have 20 grand in inventory. And so then the election comes along, and I was actually actively selling stuff at a local stand when Trump got shot in the air, and my sales went doubled. People started pulling it up on the news, and I'm sitting here I was just closing deals and deals and deals. I mean, I'd sell a flag that I bought for $3 for $20, right? And in the course of 3.5 hours, put $4,000 of sales down by myself, just collecting cash, or else Venmo. People would tap my phone and pay, right? So I made like $1,000, and then Trump got shot, and the news came out. I had a mask for Trump, so we took the ear, and I just took a red marker and circled around the ear, because we didn't know what happened to him and whatever, so we knew he got shot. And so that was wild. It was just another, and we'll get into that more about the haters, right? This is more of the same, is just fuel the fire that is already burning, right? So if the fire is burning, what happened is Trump got shot, and people were like, I don't know if he's a dead guy, so do we need merch? Or some people were like, I want more of it because he's a dead guy. You know, he's a legend that's not living or whatever, because some people thought he died. So my sales went way up immediately. And so I was like, I capitalized on that. And then throughout, when we got done, like I said, I had $20,000 in inventory. I went to the 4th of July event, the local event. I bought a booth for the community, and I gave every single thing for free at the booth. I put my Realtor business cards out, and every person would come by and just get free value. Like, every person that came by got at least $50 in free stuff compared to marketable. And I'd given away $10,000 or $12,000 worth in one day. And then on the next community event we did, I gave away the other $8,000. And not a soul collected my business card. So like, there was no attention to why I'm doing this or whatever. So it wasn't like I was trying to collect Realtor commissions, right? I was just like, hey, please use this merch, get this stuff flying, because it's sitting in my trailer, But it ended up being a super, super fun community event, and it brought a lot of people together. And then after that, people started recognizing me as the flag guy. Okay. And so that goes back to your original question, is I became the flag guy. I was known for the flag guy in Cedar City. And then I started doing, I don't remember what I was doing 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was doing a giveaway where people would just comment their friends, and then I got into where I would give away a business card or a gift card from a local business that I personally paid for. And then local businesses picked up on the fact that that's valuable to have my marketing. And so they started saying, I'll give you the card, you go hide it, or you give it away to whoever you want, right? And it wasn't just me starting to hide. I wasn't just becoming the new cash drop guy. I took the card and I said, hey, this card belongs to whoever you think needs it. Tag them in the video, So I became the guy giving out gift cards. A week later, I became the guy that hid cash, because I took $20 and I put it somewhere, and I made a video about it. And then I drove to St. George, and I drive to St. George. It's about an hour, 15 minutes. I drive maybe 5 to 10 times a month. And I did 4 videos in St. George in one day, just throughout the town. And I was actually working on my construction business at the time. And I just stopped and dropped cash at the gas station when I was filling up my construction vehicle or whatever. So no intention to do anything with this. No intention to get followers, nothing like that. And within 2 weeks, gained about 8,000 followers. And the craziest thing that ever happened, a week later, I come back to St. George, and there's the mall. You know the mall? There's one mall here. And I walk into the mall and into the sub store. It's called Buckle. And most people aren't going to believe this. They think I'm trying to sound famous. But this is a genuine story. I walk into Buckle and I say, hey, here's a $50. Will you split this cash for me? And she's like, yeah. Are you going to hide it? I was like, there's no way. I'm sitting here thinking, no way she knows what I'm doing. And she's like, yeah, are you going to hide the cash? I saw your video on TikTok. And I'm like, no way. I was like, yeah, okay. I'll go hide it, so don't tell anybody. And definitely don't take it. And she's like, yeah, I won't. So she gives me the money. I start walking out of Buckle. Another guy walks in. He's an older gentleman. And he's like, are you going to hide some cash today? I was like, there ain't no way. I've been to St. George once doing this. I did 4 total cash drops so far. It's cost me $100. And I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, there's no way this guy knows what I'm doing. And he's like, yeah, I saw your video on Facebook. And I was like, you're killing me, man. I was like, so where do you work? He's like, I work at DI, and my wife works right here at Dillard's. I was like, all right, that's it, guys. I'm not hiding any money at the mall. And so I go walking outside, and and I'm gonna, I was gonna casually drop some cash, and shoot a little video. And as you know, my videos are very short, not a lot of attention. I walk towards a rock to hide some cash in, and I pick up the rock, and somebody rolls down the window. Steve Holm, are you hiding cash? I was like, there's no way, dude. This is the third person, same location, a week after my first cash drop here. 3 people, and I'm sitting there. I'm teary eyes. It's emotional to me. I have no idea I'm has such an impact to the community. It's insane, but I was just like, there's no way. And so I was like, that's it. I walked back to my truck, and then I ditched the cash somewhere that nobody saw me, and built a video on it.
Because now people are watching you trying to. Oh, he's gonna go hide the cash.
Oh yeah.
Watch.
So nowadays, everywhere I walk, people are like, "Are you hiding cash?" Or else they'll just follow me around, or casually, if they see me, they'll go check my profile and just refresh. So 2 days later, I went to a coffee shop in Tokerville, which is 20. That. You saw the video?
I saw the
video.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
see
like,
all of them.
Yeah, it's right here, but it's 25 minutes from the mall or so. And he's like, I hid some cash under the chair and posted a video. And
that's when we
the
scanned
video,
out the window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the post didn't even go up. It's still thinking. And someone comes over. You're the guy that drops cash. I was like, how often do you check the profile? He's like, I checked it. I barely saw the one you dropped like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, nice, And he walks out. And then it posts. And he comes back in and gets the cash.
Are people finding the cash?
They do. Every single time.
Every single time.
And they post about it.
Commenting you and they're posting about it?
Every single time.
I often wonder, like, how fast does that cash get found?
It's the very longest. I time it. The longest I've seen is 24 minutes. The fastest one was 8 minutes, And there's no clue. You guys just go check out the videos. I don't have to give I don't have to give a lot of hints away.
Well, they're pretty good videos. Like most of the videos that you do, I don't get around a whole lot around here. But the ones you just did up in Springdale or, at River Rock, stuff like that, I was like, oh, I know exactly where that is. If I was there, I could find that. You know what I mean?
How often are you doing these?
Whenever I want.
Yeah.
I'll probably do. I have no intention to do another one in my life, but I'll probably end up doing 5 today. Like, that really is how I operate. It's just like my videos. I had no intention to make any marketing content here. I wanted to meet guys. I wanted to see what you guys do. I wanted to maybe talk on the podcast about something if you wanted to talk about it. But I don't have an intention here. I seriously, genuinely don't know. I have cash in my pocket.
So I've seen.
I got some money if we want to hide it, but I don't know when it's going to come to me to drop it, right? It's just, it has to come from the heart. So when it's right, I'll drop the cash and do a video.
So I've seen you leave like different amounts of money. Like what's the most amount of money you've left out in a spot?
I left $100 one time and someone found it in 6 minutes. And it had so little hint where it was. Granted, it was in Cedar City and most people in town know me. It always goes to Facebook first because that's where my biggest fans are. It goes to TikTok in a few minutes later, so people that are following on Facebook have a bigger advantage.
So it comes from the heart, but it seems like if I were to, because I don't know you, right, and I just met you, and if by looking at Facebook and everything that you do, it seems like, man, everything that you do, you're going around and like blessing people, the community, giving back to the community. But everywhere you go get a coffee, shoot a little video, do a little something with them. Go to the Maverick, buy sodas for everybody for 19 minutes. You know what I mean? Like if you come here between 3 and 3:19, and soda's on me. Like you're always doing something different and outside the box, but it almost seems like everywhere you go, not that it's planned or where you're driving or what you're doing, but local community, running a local business is hard, and you're out there supporting every single person it seems like that you come in contact with.
Yeah. I on purposely don't spotlight other agents or, other direct competitors in the dirt world because I do a lot of dirt excavation, Southern Utah excavation. So I on purposely don't highlight those. But anything that complements that or anything that supports the general community, especially if it's a free charity event where we're just trying to get more donors, whatever, we do a ton of those. But I think back to your original question, how much is the most I've hid? I've given a lot of value away that way, but I dare say a lot more value has been given away in free flags and things like that had I paid $600 for a booth space that had absolutely no intention to get a single dime back in it, and I gave away 20 grand in flags in two different show days with no intention to make money back. And I don't I don't know how to say it other than I don't intentionally give stuff away. I love to. It really does. It's really fun. Like, I really, really like doing that. And when I did the sodas, somebody said, I guess we have a small town, super controversial when there's a new place in town. So there's this new place. We took down to a historic building or whatever to put up a new Maverick. And I says, hey, Maverick opens Friday. Friday at 3 p.m. Show up for a soda. Free sodas for anyone that shows
I
up.
almost went.
This is crazy. This is what's crazy is the community is way more. It's way more about the community than the money. He almost came from Hurricane to Cedar City to get $1.20 soda.
Yeah.
Like, there's 17
I
sodas
don't
on the
even
way
drink
there.
soda.
Yeah, but he almost showed up. It's the community feeling, and it's real. It's
cool.
real. I had 132 people show up in a course of 15 minutes.
Wow.
And for a free soda. I mean, it's $1.30, guys. I mean, it's not even worth.
But it puts a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah.
And not everybody has $1.30 to buy. I mean, most people do, but there are people that couldn't afford a flag that you gave away or can't, you know what I mean? And it's a good feeling to give back to people in need, or maybe they don't need it or whatever, but giving away things, I'm right there with you as far as helping people out and giving away things. It brings smiles to people's face, and it's really fun and a good feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing how much the community loves this stuff. And since these giveaways, I had people all over the state hitting me up saying, hey, what if I had cash for you? You know, and I'm like, absolutely. And so I'll send them some money, and people can do that nowadays. They can, hey, I'll hide some of your money, right? And so then I'll send them some money, and then they'll get some cash and go hide it, and then tag the city or whatever, and people can find it. And so that is how I'm able to bless more people than I'm able to even travel to.
And people eat it up. Like the local country concert on the 4th of July that they did down at the college, we had, I don't know, 200 tickets, and we just bought these little treasure chests, went and hit them out, put clues out there, and you'd have people going out there and finding these things and doing a Facebook, getting on, commenting on you and everything. And it was really fun to see people chasing a $15 or however much it cost for that concert ticket that we were, hiding around the community. It's just, it's fun. So
and I get a lot of people saying, hey, you've really changed Cedar City because you've made it a community that people actually love doing things together. People chase the same $20, the same $5 that I hid, 3 days ago. They're still looking. I mean, I hid one in St. George, and the 5th guy to go look, there's literally a hole in the ground where they're digging. Okay, somebody is digging to find this cash that I hid like under 3 rocks. And people they're not actually wanting the $5. They want the community. They want to find it. They love the game. So I get a lot of people saying, hey, it's gone, but thanks for letting us come find or look or whatever. And it's like, did you check Facebook? Because someone posted like 10 minutes ago that they got it.
I love it.
That's pretty
It's such
incredible.
a great marketing strategy. It's so grassroots. It's simple, but yet not a lot of people do it at the same time too. So was there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap things up a little bit?
It's not a marketing strategy.
I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing. You inspire me. Like when I look at your stuff, I know you're not doing it intentionally or anything, but like the amount of content that you put out, you're not really doing it for yourself or anything else. You're just sharing with the world what you're doing on a daily thing and allowing us to be a part of it. And so to see somebody at such a young age chasing after success, whatever that may be, is pretty cool to watch. So I was telling you a little bit earlier, can I bring up the haters? Because I'll see people say, how do we stop Steve Holm posts or something like that? And it makes me laugh because you're the guy out there doing more for the community than most people are doing without even, with no intention behind it. And there's still some haters in there that are like, man, how do I, because he's everywhere. I can't turn on Facebook and not see Steve doing something really neat for the community, representing some kind of business or individual out there. So no, just keep doing it.
I tell people all the time, the haters.
The Gatorade one.
Haterade, yeah. So
Haterade,
there's
yeah.
Gatorade,
Yeah.
there's Gatorade, Powerade, and we're going to build Haterade.
Powered by people's tears, he said.
And so when I get hate comments, I'm like, hey, Haterade is $23.50, including taxes. Which flavor would you like? And they're like, that's it. Obviously, they don't want to respond. But one thing about that is I tell people, if you're going to hate on me, just at least spell my name right so that I'm able to monetize it, right? Just make sure you spell me right so I can monetize your hate, because all noise is noise if it's in the right tone.
100%.
So yeah, again, it's not an active marketing strategy. I do not have a strategist. I do not use ChatGPT for ideas, and I probably would be a lot funnier if I did, but I don't use it. I mean, I might say, hey, give me 10 ideas, and then read through them once, and then 10 days later do one of them. I don't actively give it a lot of thought, but it's pretty casual, pretty off the cuff, whatever we want to do whenever. Like I said, I mean, now that you speak of this, probably had some cash here in Hurricane before I head back.
Well, I'm going to give you some to hide with it.
Oh, let's do it. Empowered by Element. But yeah, thanks a ton for the time.
Thank you
man.
so much.
Thanks for coming down here today on such a short notice. Reagan's been about getting you down here, but really appreciate your time coming down here in a storm. Is it snowing up there? Right
now? Yeah, it was a bad storm coming down through Black Ridge. That's why people live in St. George, is they don't deal with it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I just appreciate you. So thank you.
Thanks, Reagan, for connecting us.
Yes. Awesome. Well, see you guys in the next podcast.